two tasks for you on label and button combination. Are you able to do?
Yes, sir.
Both are completed, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Yeah. Let me complete. First one is what? First task is what? First task.
Hide and show the message.
Hide show. Second one is fore color and back color. Am I right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Uh-huh. Right. Just let me give you the design of the first task. Is what you know. You have a web page. Sorry, you have a web page. So right. Yeah, you have a web page. So every time you remember any requirement, two steps. Step one is the design, step two is the logic. So coming to here, this web page name is what? Web form 1.aspx design. Web form 1.aspx design. So in this design, you have to show and hide, I hope, right? Here you have a control. What is this control? Label, hello? What is this control ID?
Yes, sir.
Yesterday,
Yes, sir. Label message.
LBL message is the this control ID.
LBL message.
LBL message, and here you have a button. What this button is a show. This button is what is it? Do. And you have one more button. This button is what? Hide. This button is hide. And I think the button ID is BTN hide. BTN hide. And this button ID is BTN show. BTN show. Right. BTN hide and BTN show. Right. I was given actually when the page is loading, what I was asked you. When the page is loading, any message in label?
Display the message.
What is the message I told yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Hyderabad. Right. Hyderabad has to display within the label when the page is loading. So this code where we have to write under which event? Yeah, Prithvi, tell me. This
Page underscore loading dot
load
cs.
event. Whenever you click the button,
Loading.
like whenever you click the hide button, that particular label should be hide. Whenever you click the show button, the particular label should be show. So totally you need to write the logic under how many events, Prithvi? How many events, Prithvi? Right. Girish, how many events total you need to write? Total number of events are how many? Total number of events are how many? Huh?
Sorry, three.
3 events. Okay, కొద్దిగా రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వండి ఇండివిజువల్లీ ఒకేసారి మొత్తం రెస్పాండ్ అయినా డేంజరే. ఓకే రైట్ నౌ yeah, now we need to write the logic for this. So for this yeah, I'm opening yesterday web page. You need to drag and drop 3 controls, one label and 2 buttons. One label and 2 buttons. But are you, everybody are able to do these 2 examples? Shall I go to next example otherwise? Next concept? Hello? Right. Yesterday completed all all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So then we'll go to the next level. Then next control is next box.
No, sir. I tried it, but the second one.
Are you not able to do or unable? If you are unable to do, I can give you. But if you are able to do, I'll go to the next control text box. How many are completed both of the examples? Hello? How many are completed? First of all, you people are not tried. What is it to complete? I am sure.
Nivedita.
Completed.
Shivakumar, sir.
Mhm. Okay, anyhow, we'll go to the next example. Right. Coming to the next control, we need to discuss about a control called text box. So when we will go for text box, what is the functionality of text box, Sukanya? What is the functionality of text box, Sukanya? Yeah, Soumya, tell me, what is the functionality of text box? Right. Pandu, what is the functionality of text box? Nobody are responding. It's are you getting my voice, all of you? Hello?
To display and store and display.
One minute, one minute.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
One minute,
Just to store and
one minute,
display the messages,
one minute.
the text.
Whenever I'll ask question, if you will not respond, I can't give the sessions because I can't give the session without interaction because that is equal to YouTube video. In YouTube, you have so many .NET videos are there. They will explain nice, no doubt. When interaction is going on, then only the session will have a good, like it looks very beauty. So you people are not responding. Suppose you are in workplace, you are not responding. There is a meaning. Suppose there is a noise in your location. There is a meaning. So you people, if you will not respond, I can't give the session. I'm sure about that. One way training is very difficult for me. I don't know about others. Right. My question is, right. Suppose you are unable. You send me the chat message. I am unable to talk because I'm in office. I'm in so and so place. Right, come on. When we will go for text box, first of all, let me explain. Using text box control, we can accept input from the user. We can display output to the user. When we will go for text box, whenever we want to accept input from the user or whenever we want to display output to the user, you can use what control? Text box. Let's see the properties of the text box. Some properties of the text box. Okay, right. Let me show you the text box control. See, for every control, almost all for all controls, some properties will be common properties like ID, like text. These are all the common properties. Toolbox, view toolbox. There is a control called text box. There is a control called text box. Let me show you the some of the properties. Let me show you ID and text four color. All these properties will be same. Let me see some different properties here. Back color did we discussed on behalf of label?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Border style, all these things we discussed. Now come on. Nivedita, tell me about enabled property. Guess.
If enabled is true, then user can input the data.
Hmm.
And if it is false, it is like user cannot enter the data.
Right. So everybody be alert in the class. So everybody has to respond. Right. Come on. Enabled. See, enabled is one of the important property for text box. Enabled. It is a Boolean property. It is a Boolean. You people are not responding for even the homeworks also, I'm sure. True means what? Means you observe. By default, the value is also true. True means what? The text box will accept input from the user even though in runtime. Enabled means you can see right now user can enter some data in run design time as well as runtime. User will enter data in design time or runtime generally.
Runtime.
User will have the chance to enter the data only in runtime. So suppose text box enabled equal to true means your text box will allow the user to enter some data. Observed, is it visible to all the people?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Is controls are looks like Clear for you, or shall I increase the size of the controls, like output size?
It's fine, sir.
It's clear, sir.
Clear, or
Clear,
It's
sir.
fine,
That's
sir.
we can increase the div section code, like in div, let's say in div, sorry, I think this is the way we can increase to 150, then your output will be like this. Nothing is not increased. Huh? Yeah. Open properties window. Right. Form, I think form you can say somewhere you have some property. But right now, is it okay now? Style,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
style, debug, enable. We can increase. Okay, but still, let me check it. But right now, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now next property is same property. Let me change it as false. I changed the property called enabled equal to text box control enabled equal to, I changed it as false. 1 minute. It is observed some mistake I have done. I am trying to change the property value, but it is not allowing me. Whenever it is not allowing me, I have felt myself that it is my keyboard is not working. But there was a problem. Generally, I told you that is the application is in which mode? Running mode, called debugging mode. That is the reason I am unable to access anything. So we have to do what? Stop debugging, and we have to change it as enabled equal to stop debugging. Then we have to change it as right text box control and enabled.
Drop down.
Sorry.
Select a drop down menu. It's there in properties.
Yeah. Mm. What is
No,
you're talking about? What?
To our enable option, right side.
Yeah, right side.
Drop down option.
Right.
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 Very right side. Very right side of the property window.
What you
In
want?
the same line, sir.
Yes, enable.
Drop
True.
down
In
list.
the true column.
Yeah, wait. What you are telling to me? I'm not understanding. I'm
In
trying.
property window, there is enable true. True has two options, true and false.
Don't tell me.
So it's drop down arrow.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Enabled equal to true, or what is that? False. But I selected true. I've selected right now. It is what? False. False. Okay. Right. Okay. తాతకు దగ్గులు నేర్పుతున్నట్టుంది మీరు చెప్పే మాటలు. Right. Come on. Compilation and execution. Okay. Now you guys, you observe. Right. Right. You observe. Your text box will, I changed a property. What I changed property? I changed my enabled equal to what?
False.
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 Then what happened? What happened? What
You
happened?
can edit.
Yeah, in runtime what happened? Yeah, it will allow the user input, or it will not allow the user input. I'm trying to enter input, but it's not
allowed.
allowing. That is called enabled equal to, what is that? False. Okay. Right. Next. Let me change this property called, let me change my property called, what is that? My property, it's not allowing. Let me change. We have some other properties here. Again, I'll make it as by default value is what? Suppose I removed enabled like this. By default value is what?
True.
Enable.
By default value. Enabled by default value is what?
True.
By default value is true. Okay, right. Next, after this, we have, this is one important property. Next, coming to the font, 4-color, all these things are okay. Next, there is a value. There is a value called max length. Suppose max length I entered 3. So can you guess what is it? Max length I entered 3.
Number of characters.
And it will allow up to 3 characters. It will allow up to 3 characters. Suppose generally this we will use for password text boxes. I said max length equal to 3. I entered A, B, C, D. D is not allowing. Only A, B, C. That is the story about a property called max length. Next to coming to the read only we will discuss, and next important property is tab index. Tab index is what? Tab index is also the property will decide the focus. Okay, right. That also we'll discuss later. Right. That also we'll discuss later. Unnecessary confusion, but here, here. But this property is almost all similar like enabled property. Which one? Read only. For example, read only is also a property called a Boolean property, because it will show you true or false. It will show you true or false. Observed?
Yes, sir.
It will show you true or what is that? False. By default value is what?
False.
Means what? Means what?
Means we can, user can even enter the data,
Ante
change
that
the
by default text box is a read only text box. Read only text box or read and write only text box. Read only equal
read
Read
and
and write. Read and write.
read only equal to false means read and write. It can read the data, it can write the data. But suppose you made it as true. Suppose you made it as what? True. Then
cannot change the data.
it is a read only text box. Read only text box means again what exactly? Read only text box means what exactly? It can only read the data. Sorry, it can you can read the data. Who can read the data? User can read the data. User cannot enter any. I'm trying to enter. Allowing or not allowing?
Not allowed.
Not allowing. Here the point, important point is almost all this property and this property both are looks what?
Similar.
Similar. Enabled and
Disable.
but I am sure there will be some difference. There will be some difference. Are you clear? So will they give same property, similar, same properties of 2? No, never will give. I'm sure there will be some difference. So what you need to do, identify the difference between enabled property and read-only property. You try at home. So, but there is slight difference is there. What is the property? What is the difference? You try to identify. Okay, guys. Now, next to, I'll give you a small example in text box. Till the time we work with the label and button. Now I am going for next level example. In that example, what we are going to do? We are going to display something on text boxes. Okay. Task for you is display name and age of the user. Display name and age of the user. The design of this is, what is the design? Take the design, all of you guys. Are you taking design simultaneously?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You people are not responding for any homeworks also, I'm sure. So instead of giving design to you, work for some time and our next I am giving code. Instead of that, can I give you the direct examples? Hmm?
No, sir, give the design.
No. Question is, every time I am giving a task for you and you are trying and you are not trying, you people are not trying in home, you people are not trying, time waste. Instead of that, can I give examples directly?
We are trying. We did homework.
Where you are trying? Did you people, did you send to me homework last yesterday homework? How many are sent?
Yes,
I got 2-3 mails only.
sir, I've done. Sir, I've
I have
completed the homework.
Only 2-3 out of 30 people, 2-3 mails are I received. So what is the use of giving requirements? It's a big time waste for me. I hope if you are not responding properly, I'll go to the next level. That only. Okay, I'll see 2-3 days and later we'll change that style of training. So this task ఇప్పుడు first you need to take the requirement on your book. అది నాకు చూపియాలి. That you have to show me on webcam. If I will ask randomly, show me your requirement, you have to show me. Second, you try. Third, I'll give you. Right. See the web page design. Web form. Web form 1.aspx. Yeah, Teja, tell me what is the requirement? What is the task I have given? Teja, what is the task?
Display name and age of the user.
Display name and age of the user. Now tell me, Snehal, tell me what you need. Tell me the design. How many? What are the controls you need for this?
Text.
I'm using text boxes. How many text boxes we need? Teja, sorry, Snehal,
2 text box.
2 text boxes. To describe about 2 text boxes, how many labels you need?
2 labels.
Number 1, name. Number 2, age. User entered name as Rama. I'm sorry. Here I am not accepting input from the user. Here actually the values are displaying by the programmer only. So whenever user will click the button, let's say the button value is displayed. That button value is displayed. Okay, don't be hurry. Here some explanation is there. Don't be hurry. This is the text box. The ID of the text box is txt name. This is the text box. The ID of the text box is txt age. This is the button. The ID of the button is btn display. btn display. Here we have 2 labels. Label 1, here label 2. Listen, label 1, label 2. Whatever I am doing is called what? Whatever I am doing is called as what? Technically what we will call it as?
Design.
Designing the page. Designing the page. That is called step 1. For every requirement you remember now one word. Step 1 is web form 1 dot aspx design. Step 1. What I am doing is step 1. And for this step 1, whenever I click the button, I want to display Rama and 20. So for this you need to write the logic. That logic is called step 2. Step 2 is nothing but write the code within the web form 1.aspx.cs file. Wherever you are writing the logic, that is step 2. For every web page development, every time you will have 2 steps. Step 1, step 2. Come on guys, can you
Yes, sir.
make it fast? Now onwards, I'll give you a couple of homeworks. Every day you will have more and more homeworks. Then only you can go to the next level called ADO.NET. Right now we are developing front-end web pages. Next we will communicate the databases. To communicate the database, you need to have a knowledge of ADO.NET. But at that time, I'm sure you will face difficulty if you not work hard. Come on. Have you taken design, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Now you people are doing what? 1 minute. You people are doing what at present? Doing
Designing.
Designing. Okay. Be careful about design. Okay. 2 minutes. Screen will be disappear. I'm going to check the mails. Meanwhile, you complete the task.
Yes.
Yeah, completed. Huh? How many are completed?
Still working, sir.
Try to complete fast.
Completed, sir.
Done.
Yeah. See, what is this? Listen. Yeah. You need how many labels, guys? One label, one text box. In design also we have something has to learn here. One label, one text box. Let me show you the design. Lot of disturbance. Let me show you the design. Prithvi, I have a question to you. Here,
Can you share?
1 minute. Screen is visible or not visible?
Not
No, sir, not visible.
One now?
No.
No, sir.
no, sir.
1 minute, 1 minute. Now?
Yes, sir.
Visible, huh? Right. Now, Prithvi, one simple question. Here you have two text boxes, one label, right? Two
Yeah.
text boxes, one label and one button. Total 5 controls are there. For these 3 controls, I have given a specific ID. Am I right?
Okay. Yeah.
These 3 IDs are called programmer defined IDs, means user defined IDs. And these IDs are what? Label 1, label 2 ID. First label ID, label 1. Second label ID, label 2. These IDs are called what?
System
System
defined.
defined.
Auto generated IDs, not system defined, auto generated IDs.
Yeah.
So here question is, whenever you are designing a control, you will get a doubt. Label 1, label 2. I can go with text box 1, text box 2, button 1. But specifically I have given some specific IDs. But here I didn't give.
Just for
So my question is, when programmer has to give the user defined specific ID, when programmer can go with auto ID?
when we want to use the u- particular text box in some other place, then we will go with user defined name.
No, explain in technically what other place. First of all of you guys, it is the confusion in the next level also. Better to rectify this confusion now itself in the starting examples. When we will,
When we want to add the functionality to the control, that we can do user defined.
what functionality?
Any functionality like display changes of say command button request
Here
or
also
display text.
functionality is there. Labels also having some functionality called displaying.
That's static only.
We are not
That's
using
static
any
only, not dynamic.
So when we want to use the values of a particular control,
Try to give technical answers, all of you guys. Question is when we will give our user defined ID for a control, when we will go with auto ID. Next.
when we want to use a control for some logic and use its value for some further processing, we'll give it a meaningful name.
See,
User defined name.
here you can observe which controls you are accessing in your code, in your program.
User
text
Among
box
5
and
controls,
button.
which controls you are using in your code,
Text boxes.
in your
text box.
yeah, a control which you are going to use in your logic, a control which you are using in your logic. For that control you have to give the specific ID. A controls which you are not using in your logics, nowhere in your program you are going to use the particular control. You are using a control only for design purpose. Design purpose means only appearance purpose. For that control you don't require to give user defined ID. For example, in this program, these two plus this one, these two, three controls you are going to use in your program. That's why user defined ID. Label 1, label 2, this name and age labels only purpose is for appearance purpose. Nowhere in your program you are going to use label 1 and label 2 in your .cs file. So that is the reason those control you can go with what? Auto ID. Sir, here also I will give LBL name, LBL age. Nothing wrong, you can give. But unnecessary burden for the programmer, extra work. Coming to here, you will get it out. Sir, I'll access text box 1, text box 2. What is the problem? What is the problem? Right now, the example is a simple example. Tomorrow, you may have 100 text boxes. That time, you will get a ambiguity. Programmer will get a ambiguity. Which text box I am accessing in runtime? So, a control which you are accessing in runtime in your program, for that control, you have to give the specific IDs. Text box 1, text box 2, text box 3, text box 10, text box 11. Then what will become? It will become what? Ambiguity. Ambiguity, confusion will be there. That is the reason. Okay, right. Now come back to our discussion. Right. Let's go for the design. 1 second. Right. Here one label, one text box. Whenever you are designing, one more label you need. One more label you need. Toolbox, label, next text box. Then after this, you need one button. Button, view, toolbox, a control called button. A control called button. Now you got your design. Extra control I got. Okay. Now open the properties window. Select the control called label 1. Label 1, which property we need to change? Only text property. Label 2 also we need to change only text property. That is what? Age. And coming to the text box 1. Text box 1, which property we need to change in design time? ID. What is ID? TXT name. TXT name. You are not responding for questions in a chat also. Sitting idle. So I am also not getting a feeling that I am teaching to a group of students. Right. I am having a feeling that I am doing my self-recording for to upload videos to the YouTube. BTN, here we need to change two properties. BTN display is the ID and the text is what? Display.
Display.
What? Display. Text is what? Display. Display. This is the story. This is your design. Whenever you click the button, you want to display the text box values. Whenever you click the button, yeah, which event will fire? Whenever you click the button, ask which event will fire.
Button click.
Click event.
Button click.
Fire. Under click event, we have to write the logic to display text box values. Text box values. Now not load event. Somebody are writing responding load event. You need to display the values whenever you click the button. And you can observe what is that. You need to display. That's the reason. What is the value? TXT name dot
Name equal.
what is that?
Text equal to Rama.
Right, somewhere noise. TXT age dot text equal to 20. Equal to 20. Right. Equal to txt name dot text equal to 20. Okay, this is the code. Here I have a question. The question is Prashanti, right? Are you there? Prashanti, are you there? Madhuri, are you there? Right. You tell me why I have given here double quotes.
String value.
It's a string. It's a text.
Yeah. Now, because why I have given right side value double quotes. First Rama is a string, that's why I have to give. But what about 20 is not a string value, even they have given double quotes. Reason.
But we are entering the values in the text box.
What is the reason?
We have to display that value.
Because
Text box is the string.
right here
Base class.
because of text box text property is a string property. Here text property is a string property. Whatever values you are assigning to a property called a text, the property type is string. That's why even though you are assigning numerical value, you kept in where double quotes. That is what string value, because LHS property type is string. Okay, right. Now you guys, you observe compilation and execution. Compilation and execution. Whenever you right. Yeah. Here I have a question to you all the people. The question to right. Question to Manasa. Question: how many events are fired now? Any events are fired, Manasa? Yeah. So now all of you guys, how many events are fired? Any events are fired when I run my
Only load event. Load event.
And
fired. Load event is fired. But I didn't get any output means because you didn't write any logic. That is the reason you didn't get any output. Load event is already fired. Okay guys, next two, you can observe. Whenever I click the button, what happened, click event is fired. Whenever I click the button, click event is fired. There, Rama is initialized to the first text box, 20 is initialized to the second text box. That is the output you got. Right. How many are able to write this program already?
Sir, I did write it, but when I try to click on the display, it doesn't give me the value there.
Might you done some mistake? No? Okay. Okay. You do see that type of examples you try at home again. So you do guys take some task here, homework task.
So
Homework.
that code we can also write in the client side, right? So why we are doing on the server?
What code?
So whatever display button should do, that we can also implement in the client side with Java.
Wait, first we are working on server side scripting. Later we will see client side scripting. Okay, na?
Okay.
First I have to expose server side controls I am explaining now. Later we will see client side. Now onwards if I will confuse client side, server side, end of the day you will not get any clarity. You are learning server side technology or client side technology?
Server side.
Server side. But in server side also we can implement client side. That is last discussion. Okay.
Okay.
99% will work on complete server side. Okay. Later we will see, oh, we can use JavaScript also. We can use AngularJS also. We can use jQuery also. That is next level. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. First we have to learn server side. So here learning server side important or client side important?
But sir, you said in the last class, like first priority is client side to avoid the traffic on the server.
First you, madam, you are not understanding. If you will understand ASP.NET, yeah, now you are working for real time. You are working to learn a text box controller.
Text box control.
First, let's understand controls. You are in basic level of controls. Okay. So server side, first basic level of first controls. Complete server side we have to understand. First we have to understand ASP.NET platform, right?
Yes, sir.
Then you can write even though JavaScript code in ASP.NET. Priority is later. First we have to understand the platform, right?
Okay, sir.
.cs file implementation we have to understand majority. So 90%. Later, whenever we will have a requirement, we will say, no, we can implement JavaScripts also. If you want to implement JavaScript, that JavaScript will write within the which section? Head section.
Head section.
Head section. That time we have to expose HTML controls. It's a big story. Okay, right. Now next,
yeah.
you do one thing. You try for a couple of examples at your home. Display, student name, and student some examples you try. Student age, comma, phone number. Okay, one program. Second program. Can you do this at your home? Can you do this? Will you do?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
పంపిస్తున్న homeworks if you will not send to me tomorrow, right click to dismiss. No more discussions with anybody. Before tomorrow class, if I don't have in my inbox your examples are not there, right click dismiss. Okay, right. Next, display customer information. Next example. I hope design wise you can understand how many text boxes required for this first example.
1,
Three.
2,
Because see this front end, if you will not understand next level, you can't understand. That is my problem, because it will be very difficult task for me to explain. If you will not do all these examples hands on. How many text boxes you need here?
3 text boxes.
3.
Text boxes. Okay. Display customer information. Cust ID. Design, that's why I'm not giving. Cust name. Cust LOC. Cust phone number. Cust phone number, cust mail ID. Okay, try this two for in this model. Can you tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, na? Yeah, in front of you only I'll open inbox, checking mails, and every student mail I'll check, and if you are done, you are in class. You are out of the class otherwise. Okay, no more discussions about this, because it's very difficult task for me to convince you in later sessions if you didn't work for all this with your own hands. Right. Next program. Next program is now we are displaying the data, but who are giving this data? Rama and 20 programmer and user.
Programmer.
Programmers.
Program. Now I want to accept data from the user. So next program is our programmer task for you here. What is that, you know? Example 2, accept to EMPNO, EMP name and salary from user and display to the user on demand. User on demand. Accept from the user and display to the user on demand. Let me give you the design. Have you taken question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See here question recording is okay, but here design recording is very important. I am giving you the design now. Yes, see the design all of you.
Sir, you can show the notepad. I just missed a couple lines.
1 minute. Right, all of you. Example to accept employee number, employee name. How many inputs?
3 inputs.
3 inputs.
Thank you, sir.
3 inputs. How many outputs?
3 outputs.
3 outputs.
For this we need to do the design. Now I am going to give you the design. Ready now to take all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Come on, I am going to give you the design. Get ready for design all of you. And you have to write the program. I'll give you the task. You have to write the program. If the response is poor, now onwards I'll only give the code also instead of waiting for you people every time. Time waste. Yeah, you have a web page. Web form. Design. Right. Enter EMPNO. Enter EMPNO. One text box. The ID is TXTENO. Enter EMP name. Enter EMP name. The ID is text box ID is TXT ename. TXT ename. Enter salary. Enter salary. The text box is TXT ESAL. Okay. Now submit. Submit. Submit is the button. Submit is the button. BTN submit. BTN submit. Bottom I am maintaining 3 labels. 3 labels. LBL ENO and one more label. LBL ename. LBL ename. What is that? Ename. Okay, one more label. Right. One more label. LBL ESAL. Label 1, label 2, label 3. But I have a question. 1 minute. 1 minute. All of you, are you ready? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Here 1 label, 2 label, 3 label. These 3 labels are doing what?
Just displaying the description of the text.
Describing about what?
Text boxes.
Text boxes. Can I avoid these 3 labels?
No. Because user
Because
has to understand what they have to.
1 minute. Every control is nothing but object. Every control means nothing but object. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 objects of label class. 3 objects of text box class. 1 objects of button. Whenever you increase the controls, the web page will become heavyweight. Whenever the web page will become heavyweight, it will be burdened to the web server and web browser. So wherever you have a choice, try to reduce the number of controls. Can I avoid these three labels? Any alternative is there instead of these three labels?
So we
Yes.
can write in the text box.
Text box, not like that. You can write this in
Yes, sir.
source
We can write it. We
source
can
code,
just write as a text.
source code as a plain text. In source code, before text box, you can write the plain text like this. Instead of control, you can describe these text boxes in the source code. Source code. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
That we will see in this example. Now, my requirement is this is your web page design. Have you taken all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
User entered 111. User entered Rama. See these controls, if you will understand easily, then eduo.net will be easy. And user entered 1000. Then user click submit button. Who entered these three data? User. And user click submit button. Once user click submit button, my output should be like this. EMPNO is 111. 111 is coming from this text box. EMP name is EMP name is Rama. Rama is coming from this text box. Salary is 1000. Salary is 1000. 1000 is coming from this text box. Come on. Can you
Wait, please.
write the code fast? Right. Over. Text box is one of the most frequently using control. In this control, this will use more and more. That's why try to work more about this. Right. Over. Completed all of you. We'll see. Right. You need how many text boxes? Right. You are completed.
Still working. Code is written, sir.
Not yet, sir.
Right. So you can observe, guys. This is the design. Okay. Okay. Just we'll implement. Okay. Just stop doing. Just observe. Participate in my explanation. See what I said to you.
Yes.
For text boxes, you write a plain text instead of label. What now onwards, guys? You can observe one thing. Can I? How many ways I can update a control property in design time?
2 ways, source
Ways.
code
Number
and
one is with the help of properties window. Number two is with the help of
source.
Source code.
the help of source window.
What is
Till the time we are updating all the control properties with the help of properties window. Now onwards I am going to introduce source window for you people to access the properties. Okay, that is next level. So what I am telling you, instead of label before the text box, I am writing a plain text. Enter EMP and O. And coming to the text box, what are the ID? What are the properties I have to change? ID. What is the ID of the first text box? TXT
ENO.
ENO update. Next second text box. What is that? Enter EMP name. Enter EMP name. Here ID. What is ID? TXT E name. Next year, before the third text box, you write enter salary. Salary. And you change the property ID. What is that? TXT esal. Now you can observe your design. Observe all of you. Now these three are text labels. Are these three labels or not? No.
Yes, sir.
No. We didn't use any control here. Only plain text we have written. Like that we can avoid that labels whenever you are describing the controls. So waste of unnecessarily multiple objects will create. Next to coming to button. What is ID of the button? BTN?
Submit.
Submit.
BTL submit?
And whenever already existing code is there, now that's why this you have to remove. I'm removing. Even though in .cs also I'm removing the old example only, I'm updating. So that's why I'm removing. Now what is the text? Submit. Submit. And you need how many labels? 3 labels. First label ID is what?
LBL ENO.
LBL ENO. Text is required or not required? Not required. You are going to put in runtime. LBL ename. LBL ename. And the text is required or not required?
Not required.
Required. Not required. LBL. What is the ID I have given? LBL
Cell.
is
Cell.
text is required or not required?
Not.
Not required. Now this is your design. In this way you have to do. One question to you all the people. Updating the properties of a control. Sorry. With the help of properties window is easy or source window is easy?
Source window.
Source window is very faster than properties window, because in properties window
Yes.
for every property you have to select you have to, but here only one time you are opening the source window, updating entire page controls. Observed all of you.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So now onwards you do one thing, drag and drop the controls but access the properties. 90% properties you access with the help of source, 10% you access with the help of properties window. By this you will be familiar with all. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. Next, come on, we need to write the code. Whenever what you are expecting here, compilation and executing the application. User will enter value called 111. User will enter Rama. User will enter 1000. And user is going to click what?
Submit button.
Whenever user clicks submit button, I want to initialize all these values to labels. This labels initialization code where I have to write. We have to write the event which will
Submit.
fire when you click the button. When you click the button, which event will fire?
Click event.
Click event. So under click event, we have to write the logic. Okay, now right. Class web form 1. Right. btn submit underscore click. So here who are giving the value?
User.
User.
User is giving to whom?
Controls.
User is giving the value to whom? Text box.
Controls.
Text
Text
box.
box.
Control. Control only. Which control? Text box. Text
Text
box is
box.
giving the value to whom?
Label.
Label. So here giving person should be RHS. Taking person should be LHS. Here
LHS.
taking person is what?
Label.
Giving person is what?
Text box.
Text box. Come on, tell me the code. One person I'm giving chance. One person. One person. Right. Only one person. Yeah.
LBL.
Yeah, Vasundhara, come on, continue the code.
LBL ENO dot text
LBL ENO dot text equal to
equal to TXT ENO dot text.
ENO dot text. 1 second, all of you.
Employee number is.
You need to display some user-defined message, I think, right? One user-defined message. Employee number is required or not required?
Employee number is plus.
Required. That is a strict.
Employee number is,
In design, what I have given.
yes, employee number is,
In design, what I have given. EMPNO.
Employee number is.
Remember,
employee,
old dot right line, same story.
Yes, sir.
employee number is,
Sorry, what is that? EMPNO is and
no, is
concatenate. Now, Vasundhara, continue the code fast.
LBL ename dot text.
Dot text.
Employee name is concatenation operator. TXT ename dot text.
Ename
Ename dot text. LBL self.
LBL is an
Self
not text.
dot text is equal to employee salary
Salary is
concatenation TXT self dot text.
Dot text. Right, over. This is the code. Okay, but still I need something else. What is it? I'll tell you. First, let me execute up to here. Let me execute up to here. Right. You observe. User entered 111. User entered Rama. User entered 1000. User will click a button called submit. Whenever user click the submit button, click event is firing. Click event is firing. EMPNO is a user dependent string concatenation operator. Box value will be assigned to the label. Will be assigned. Will be assigning to the label. Okay.
So your screen is like.
We can't see the screen.
Wait.
Now it
Wait, man, wait. Right. I think there is a network problem. Wait for 1 second. Are you able to get my, are you getting my voice? Voice getting?
Yes,
yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Voice you are getting. You are unable to see screen. Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm doing what, just let me disconnect and connect, and don't log off, you guys. Just I'm just changing the network. You don't log off. Be in online. Yeah. Yeah. Are you getting my voice now at least? Getting voice, all of you?
What, sir?
The voice is getting.
Getting my, now are you getting voice? Voice. Are you getting my voice? Are you getting my voice, all of you?
It's breaking.
Breaking, sir.
Breaking. Then there is a problem in this.
Little bit it's breaking, sir.
1 minute. Now also
It's
breaking.
slow.
Now, yes, sir.
Breaking. Still
Now it
breaking.
was
Now it's
clear.
better.
Yeah, we have only 5 minutes only, but we need to get the screen. That is important. I have to give you some.
Yes.
Now it's fine.
No, voice is okay, but screen is visible or not visible? Still waiting screen?
Breaking.
Now it's okay.
Screen visible. I'm displaying code window. Is it visible?
Breaking, sir.
Now it's slowing.
Waiting.
Sir, that's clear, sir.
Listen my question and answer. Right.
No, the screen is stuck.
Yes,
Wait a minute.
it's not visible.
Screen is stucking.
Screen is stuck.
Wait. This network will change. Yeah. Getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Able to see my
Yes.
screen?
Yes, sir.
Screen is visible. Code. Code is
Yes.
visible. I selected some code. You see.
Yes. Yes. Submit click.
Level, employee number.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Now, yeah. Right. Let me explain here what is going to happen. Yeah. But still networks are slow. But we can manage. Okay. Right now. Yeah, you see. Same. Stop debugging and build the solution. Run the application. Build the solution and run the application. You can observe. Mm, Right. User entered 111. User entered Rama. User entered 1000. User entered 1000. Still screen is lagging. Actually, you are not getting what I am doing here. You are getting
Yes.
old screen.
Yes.
Yes.
I are getting old screen. I am
It
running
is
the
coming too late
application. It is
actually.
showing in design mode.
It's coming
Now
to
you got. Now you got it. I hope. Now you got it.
No.
Now you got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Output is
Yes, sir.
coming now. When I click
Status.
submit button, the values are displayed. The values are displaying. No doubt it will display because click event will fire. But my requirement is, all of you listen, my requirement is after display the three values, I want to clear the three text boxes. I want to clear the three text boxes and I want to move the focus to the first text box. Did you understand my requirement, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For that, what code we have to write? What code we
txt number dot text equals to colon.
In page load event, we need to clear all the text boxes.
Text box event, sir. Text box focus out event.
txt
this submit button only. You have to write the code text box.
txt
Text.
user dot
Employee number.
equal
Empty.
1 minute empty.
Text equals to clear.
Three text boxes you make it as empty. You also change this code, all of you in your system. Three text boxes make it empty. After displaying the code, you write this code. Write the make empty, not visible to you. Now it is visible to you. Observe. Written, written all of you. Next, move the focus to first text box. For that, txt envo dot focus.
txt
Envo dot focus. txt envo dot focus. Whenever write, yeah, clear method is not available in ASP.NET. You have to initialize empty strings here. Written now, all of you written?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now you all guys run the application. In your systems, all of you guys run the application. All of you guys, you run the application. Yeah. Did you run, all of you? Now you see. 111. You can also run simultaneously. Whenever my screen is not that much active, we can follow this model. Already you have written the code. You run the application. Click which button? Submit.
Submit.
Submit. Now you can observe the output. Where are the values? Values are displaying within the labels.
label.
Values are displaying within the labels.
Yes.
Labels. And what happened? And after that,
Yes, sir.
3 lines code is
Text box are
clearing the
clear.
text boxes. The 3 lines code is clearing the text boxes. Clearing the text boxes.
Yes.
Is it working for you also? This 3 lines code is what this 3 lines code is doing what?
Yes, sir.
Clearing the text boxes. And the last line
Yes.
code is what? Last line code. txt_envo.focus is what?
Focus the text box.
Taking the cursor to the first box.
Yeah,
Text box.
txt_envo.focus. Focus is a method. That method will move the focus to which text box? First text box.
Require text box.
txt_envo.text. txt_envo.text. That focus method is moving the focus to first text box. Now in your screens also you can see right now cursor is blinking in which text box? In your screen. In my screen it is not that much active. Now it is active. Where is the focus? Cursor is blinking in which text box?
First text.
First text box. Because of a
First
method
text
called?
box.
Because of a method called? Focus.
Focus.
Focus is a predefined method. That method will move the focus to the targeted text box. Here I have a question to all the people. Focus is a predefined method. Is it instance method or static method?
Instance method.
Instance method.
It is an instance method. It is an instance method. Okay.
Yes.
How you are telling it's instance method? Because we are acting with the help of
Object txt_envo.
txt_envo. Then focus is a member method of which class? You can guess.
Text box.
Text box. Either text box class or
Web control.
it's a super class or it's super class of the text box. Am I right? Inheritance.
Yes, sir.
Right. So you are able to access focus method. Maybe text box class. Appudu manam check cheddam. Now you can check this one. You people also check. Focus. Are you coming from which class? You can observe. Focus is coming. You can observe in your intelligence. My screen is not that much fast, like not visible to you. You check. You check. You know F12. You know F12. Now it is coming from which class? Observe the coming from which class? In your systems you check. Coming from which class?
Yes, sir.
Which class? Yes, kaadu. Which class? Focus method is coming from which class? Check in your system.
Control class.
Control class. So how control class and text box class relation is what?
Control class is the super class of
Text
text
box
box.
class super class is what? Immediate super class is what? Web control. Web control super class is what? Check in your systems what you are doing. Are you able to see or not? In my screen it's not visible to you. That's why I'm asking you to check yourself. Focus method is coming from which class?
Control.
Control class. It's called multi-level inheritance. Behind that line you have a concept called multi-level inheritance. It seems you don't know how to open base class libraries. It's okay. That is oops, right? Okay guys, the system like screen problem is there. I'm not giving any more tasks. Whatever, how many tasks I have given already? 2 tasks.
3 tasks.
3, yeah? 2, what? How many?
Difference between
That you try to,
enable
that
and
you
read
try to
only
complete.
also.
Read only and enabled and 2 programs. You complete by tomorrow. Okay.
Yes.
Tomorrow we will see.
Yes, sir.
So can you show the code, please?
Tomorrow we will see. Tomorrow we will see 2 more examples in text boxes, and we'll introduce some validations tomorrow. Next we'll go to the next controls. So that's why don't miss tomorrow session. Due to some issue with uploading, that's why I was unable to send you the recordings. Will take some time to send you the pending recordings to all the people. Right. Okay, na? All of you guys.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.